Alright, well, it's a little later in the day, you know, noonish or so. I haven't even looked at the clock, but been doing some work on this thing, keep you up to date. I'm not showing all the work because I'm doing this on my phone and I'm not much of a videographer. I'm sure I'll get better over time. But, so we degreased the engine, used some engine degreaser and a little chip brush and got in everywhere I could. It looks a lot better. It's nice and shiny now. Took off the fuel pump, cleaned it, took off the carbs. Did my best to clean that without taking apart too much of this, because this is an older carb. It doesn't have a float and it doesn't have a bowl and it doesn't have the things that I'm used to, so I didn't want to go too far. This like controls how rich or lean it is, and there's very little to this. So I took it apart partially and I ran a bunch of fluid through it and put it back together. So hopefully that's good enough. But it was firing before I did that. So these were all bent up and dirty, so I cleaned all this. I cleaned as much as I could behind it. But yeah, this thing is gonna run. I think I've got a bucket down, you know, I've got a barrel down here. I might put some water in it, see if this thing will start. My fuel delivery stuff looks okay, except there's some, I don't know if you can see that. There's kind of part of an O-ring stuck in there that might impede the flow, and I kind of don't want that to get stuck in my carburetor, so I may replace this piece. But the tank itself is from 1956 also. The fuel smells like fuel, so I'm not 100% if somebody tried to start this. There was one owner between me and the original owner, I think, and they may have tried to start this thing because the fuel smells like fuel. And even when I pull the fuel lines, the fuel in the fuel line smells like newer fuel. It doesn't have that old gasoline smell to it. So that kind of trips me out, but I'm going to pour this stuff out and see if it's clean and see what it looks like in that tank. But yeah, coming along. Really getting excited about this thing running. I kind of want to make the thing run at least before I go too far into the rest of it, but I am planning on keeping this boat even if I couldn't. If this thing had no compression when I got it home, I was going to tear it off, sell it for parts, and put another motor on it because I like the boat. So, but I'm excited. Have fun.